In our last video, we showed you how to make a skateboard. Well, we understand these days none of you kids ride skateboards. So today, we're going to show you how to make a few minor adjustments to your skateboard to turn this puppy into a hoverboard. But first, always remember to wear your safety gear. Now on to the workbench. Alright, so the ingredients you'll need are pretty simple household items. The first one is a marching lensatic compass for making all precise measurements on the board. You're going to need it. We're going to use it. It's very important. Alright, the next one, folks, you might have to run out to the hardware store to pick up. It's not too common around the house, but these are high energy charged particle detectors. This is what's going to make your board float, yo. Now to all your cables. First up is titanium alloy electrical wiring with a composite cover. Pretty standard. Second up is an AC/DC charger. This is what you're going to use to charge your motherboard. Last but not least, this is a USB 3.0 jack with a 3.5mm headphone jack on the other side. Pretty standard. This is where you're going to be using to upload all your media and software onto your motherboard. Alright, the tools you'll need for this are pretty simple. All you need is a staple gun. Pretty standard. If you don't have one, go out and buy one. The last tool you'll need is a pair of wire cutters. Alright, before we start our project, you're going to want to put your particle detectors in a DVD player. I don't know why this works, but this is what charges up your particle detectors. Alright, our particle detectors should be cooked. Oh yeah, steaming. Alright, now on to the build. Alright, first step, we gotta fasten the particle detectors to the board. Right here we got some quantum glue. You can pick up at the supermarket. We're gonna use this to glue the particle detectors to the board. Just put a decent amount. Overshooting it is better than undershooting it. So, alright, that should be good. Careful. When you do this, you don't want to scratch them. And center them up on the board. Push them down. Center the one in the back. Push it down. You're good to go. Next step would be fastening the electrical wire. You need to cut the appropriate size wire for your board. This one's only got to be about 5 inches. Alright, what you want to do here is you want to run each wire connecting these two particle detectors so that it's just an even flow of electricity. So, oh, there's my phone. Excuse me, folks. I need to shorten this down a little bit. Titanium wire, people, hard to cut. Alright, that looks about size appropriate. Alright, this is where the nail gun comes in handy. Alright, now I gotta get the other side. I gotta shorten it down a little bit. Titanium wire, folks. Alright, run it into the other side. And fasten it down. Alright, there we go. This is what it should look like after you're finished. Now we gotta use our lensatic compass to tweak the discs into alignment. Alright, come on, you little booger. Alright, that should be good. Now you got your particle detectors tweaked, you're going to want to put on the hoverboard processor. Let me flip this around so you can see it. Alright, this is the very delicate stage because you do not want to break the hoverboard processor. This is the motherboard. This is what runs your whole hoverboard. Alright, so first off, to fasten this, you're going to want to take the back door off of it. You can go ahead and set the motherboard aside. Alright, you're going to set that down flat. You get your nail gun here. Your nail gun. You're going to want to put a nail right through the back. If you need to, you can go ahead and hammer it down a little bit, flatten it. Alright. When you're finished, the computer should be able to slide right back on. Like that. Alright. Now that you got your back door attached, you're going to put some glue on there and slide this puppy right back on. That should hold her in place. Now that you got your thing glued, you're going to make sure the sliding mechanism and the touchpad still works. Alright, now we're good. Alright, next thing we got to do is we got to connect the computer to the particle detector. So cut an appropriate sized wire. Titanium, folks. I'm telling you. Alright. You're going to slide this little mama right underneath the computer. I need to cut this down a little bit more. Alright, you're going to need to slide this thing under here and under the particle detector. I want to take off my gloves, folks. Not recommended. Not recommended. Alright, now that we got that, we got to secure it. Alright, that's what it should look like. Alright, next step is we got to attach our media cable. So you're going to want to plug it into the side. If you got extra cable, you can wrap it around your particle detector. Like so. Alright. And now, we get the staple gun and fasten it to the side of the board. It's on safety. There you go. Now you can plug it into your computer, MP3 players, whatever you want to use. Last and final step of the build is we got to attach the charging cable. Alright, so you're going to plug it into the side here. I got to take my gloves off, folks, again. Like I said, do not try this at home. Alright. Put your glove back on. Alright, now you got to run the cable up to the front of the board. Let's secure it with a staple. Alright. Now we attach the head of the charger. We're going to use some glue here to attach it. And now we're going to stick it to the front of the board. Nice and snug on there. Alright. Now that we got our cables, we got to connect them next. Alright. Last step is we got to connect the power cords so we can arc the electricity. The best way to do this is 2 staples. One in the back, and then one up front. Oh, we missed it. 2 up front. 3, and we have to do 3 to finish this job. Oh, 4. 4 is going to be the magic number. Got him. If you want, you can clean it up with a hammer, and we're good. Now onto the computer. Once you got your hoverboard plugged in, go into the description and download the link. Once you've downloaded the link, you're going to have to drag and drop it into your hoverboard. Once you dragged and dropped your files onto your hoverboard and the number stopped counting, enter the secret password provided on the screen and you're good to go. We'll see you on the streets, kids.